I have around 7.5 years of experience as an Oracle developer, and right now I'm planning to move further or improve my skill set in other areas. One of which is OBIEE.
Okay.
And so what my expectation out of the session is, first of all, I work as I told you, I work as an Oracle developer, and I do not have any client provided infrastructure to even practice anything. So whatever I'm going to practice will be on my laptop. So having said that, what I expect is a couple of things. One is whatever the points that have been put in, like the topics that will be taken up. Are there any documents that have been provided as a part of the session? Because it will be helpful to cross-verify the details when we go through or when we practice. That is one thing. The other one is so as I told you, I'll be using my own laptop. So is there any project which is like end-to-end that you have with you, which can be ported like a database or something that can be ported into my file and my database, and I can start trying out, practicing things out. The reason is that I'm sure that in database or in Oracle there would be some pre-existing tables, but more than that, it would be really helpful if I could get some real-time or at least close enough some real-world scenarios to work out, and also the class explaining whatever the topics that have been explained, if it has been real-time or the real-world scenarios with proper examples.
So this is an application tool, OBIEE application. This is a reporting tool. I mean, this is analytics reporting. So we'll start with the data warehousing concepts. Okay, first thing is, what is the data warehouse? Why we are going for data warehouse? Why can't we go for source connectors like EBS and SBase, CBEL, Excel files? Okay, so directly, why we are not doing directly reporting on source systems? Why we are going for data warehouses? Anyone? If it's wrong, it is a right or wrong, just give me an answer.
I think it's the fact that in a data warehouse, data is stored, and you are not getting any information on a real-time basis. So that's why when you run a report on this, you can get the report faster, from my understanding.
That is a correct one. That is the first main concern. It's a performance issue. Okay, it's not a other issues. Just a performance. Based upon the performance, we are going for data warehouse. That is a least one. The major one is, so in a source databases, we will get only current data. Okay, so if you want to see the historical data, so we are going for data warehouse. So in the data warehouse, we will store 10 years back data and 15 years back data and current data also. Every day we are loading the data from source to target. Target is our warehouse. Source is a different operational system. What is the operational system? So first thing is, we will start with operational system. Then we'll go for data warehouse, then reporting. So this is the flow of level. Data operational systems are different operational systems, and the data warehouse is only one. Then reporting tool only one. Okay, so from OBIEE standpoint, reporting to OBIEE. Then warehouse, it's a database, Oracle. Then ETL. So anyone know about the ETL, the functionality of the ETL? ETL is nothing but it's an extract, transform, and load. It will load the data. Yeah, so we'll start with operational data systems, then ETL, then cover with warehousing, then go to the reporting tool. Finally, reporting tool. So operational systems are different operational systems. By using an ETL tool, ETL is one of the area for loading the data from source system to target warehouse. Okay, so here ETL, the full name of the ETL is extract, transform, and load. Okay, so here there are some of the ETL tools in the market, majorly Informatica, ODI, DataStage, Ab initio. Okay, so these are all the reporting, these are all the ETL tools. Okay, so they will connect to the data source systems and they will load the data into the warehouse. While loading the data, here we will convert source tables or source data into dimensions and facts. Okay, so dimensions contains the descriptive fields and facts contains the transaction fields along with the primary keys of a dimension table. If you know the primary keys and foreign keys, you will understand the data where, I mean, what is the dimension table, what is the fact table. There are different types of dimension tables and different types of fact tables. Okay, so we will extract the data from source and load the data into target. So the data should be a historical and as well as the current data. For example, every day you are loading the data, that should be a current data. So if you go to the 2014, 2013, that is called as historical data. Okay, so year, it's a completed data. So 2014 is a completed year. So it's a completed data, historical data. Current year, current month, current quarter, current day. So this is comes under current data. Okay, so in a warehouse, we will store the data, historical data and the as well as current data. Here, the major difference between the operational systems and data warehousing EDW warehouses, I mean EDW databases. Operational data sources are applied insert, update, delete, select commands. Okay, these four we can apply on OLTP system. OLTP and operational data operational systems both are same. If you comes to the warehouse, OLAP and EDW, enterprise data warehouse, both are same. Here we can apply insert, update. We will insert the data, we will update the data, we will delete the data, we will select the data in the operational. When comes to the warehouse OLTP systems, we will select the data and insert the data. There is no delete, there is no update. Okay, so this is all about the data warehouse. Here we will load the data into different tables. So the tables are three types. One is dimension tables, only descriptive fields. For example, customer is an object. Okay, so based upon the customer contains customer ID, customer number, customer address, then customer street, like address, full address, then gender, then customer phone number, email address. Okay, so this is all about the customer. There are some fields, are there extra fields. Then this is a description of an object. Okay, so this information will store in one of the table. That table, call it as a dimension table. The customer related transactions. For example, customer purchased 10 order. I mean 10 laptops. Okay, the quantity is 10. The amount, the transactional amount is like $100 or $200, whatever the $10,000. But the transactional data, measures, metrics, we are storing into the facts. So the other table is aggregate table. So based upon the fact tables, we will aggregate the data. For example, month wise, if you want to see the data on month wise, so we have to aggregate the data at month wise. So you want to find out year wise sales. So how many bookings this particular year I got. Okay, so this much amount we are transacted. Okay, so this kind of information we will store in the aggregate tables. So there are three types. One is dimensions, second one is facts, third one is aggregations. First we will load the data from source to dimensions, and by using ETL tool, I mean this is all the process of ETL tool only. Load the data into dimensions and then dimensions to the fact table. Fact table, on top of fact table we will load the data into aggregate tables. When it comes to the warehouse, so why we are not deleting any records? Anyone? So why we are not updating records? Because it's not a source system. Yeah, please go ahead. Please.
deleting and updating actually leads to losing your history. So the whole purpose is to analyze the history, how the trend is going. So if you do an update or a delete, that is lost.
Yeah, that's correct. So that we will get the wrong data. So it will not support, even it will not support for update, and it will support. So manually, if you are logging with sys admin password, username and password, you can update the records. But by using a tool, okay, so ETL tool, we cannot update and we cannot delete the records in the warehouse, because we are using for only analysis purpose. We are not storing any data here. Just we are extracting the data from warehouse into the reporting side. So this is the structure of, okay, so this is the structure of end-to-end data warehouse structure. So here you are saying data marts. Okay, so data marts are nothing but here in the business areas, based upon the business area, we will load the data into the data marts. Data mart is a subset of enterprise data warehouse. Okay, so we can divide this whole data into different data marts and schemas and users. All these three same. Okay, so either users, the schema and data marts, all these three same. So on top of data warehouse, we will extract the data. There is no extraction in the OBIEE side, just we will select the data and show into the reports. Okay, so here when comes to the OBIEE side, yeah.
I have a question. How is data marts, schemas, and users the same thing?
So because data mart is a subset of enterprise data warehouse, right? So here we are dividing HR related information into, we have to create one user. That user belongs to a schema. That schema will call it as a separate department wise, because sales wise you are storing the data into the one schema. So that schema became a sales wise analysis, sales related information, that became a one data mart. The related information, okay, so sales related information we are storing in the one schema. So that schema contains the username and password. Okay, so that became a data mart. So see here, data organized for departmental analysis, dimensional format. Okay, so nothing but it's a department wise. So finance related information you are storing in one schema. So that schema contains username and password. Even if you go to the database, you will find a number of users. Okay, for example, sysadmin is there. Sysadmin is a user. So that all the related sysadmin tables are stored in that user. So that is became a schema. Then that is not a data mart. Then the departmental wise we are storing the data. So that became a data mart. Okay, so this is all about the the diagram of the warehouse. One more diagram is there. If you see, this is also the same kind of diagram. So legacy systems are nothing but the source systems, EBS, front end EBS side. Then we will enter the data in from legacy systems to operational data source. From operational data source, we are loading data by using an ETL tool or PLSQL. You can use PLSQL also, procedures for loading the data. Then here data warehouse. When after the data warehouse, so as for the departmental wise, we are connecting information distribution is nothing but it's a reporting tool. So this is a general architecture, this is a detailed architecture. So when comes to the OBIEE side, so this is an architecture of OBIEE. First thing is, what is the report? Why we will create the reports? So first thing is, what is the report? What it will contains? Simple report. For example, if you go to the hospital, they will check the they will see the reports. So what it will contains? It will contains the information about your health. Okay. So here also, each and every report, it contains the information. So what kind of information? Whether it's a, I am looking for customer wise sales. So that report contains the customer wise sales. The next one is year wise sales. I want to see the year wise sales. So we have to create one more report. So each and every report contains the information based upon the requirement. So here, before creating the report, we have to do analysis. We have to prepare the data modeling. So in OBIEE, there are different stages are there. Okay, so we can connect any system, any data sources like Excel files. We are importing directly data from Excel sheets and databases and text files and CBEL, SBase. Directly we can connect the source systems. It's not a problem, but there is some performance issue. Okay, so any questions till now? So we will start with the architecture of OBIEE. How looks like, what is the difference between the 10G version and 11G version. So then we'll go for each and every component. Finally, we'll go for the reporting tool. So how to create the reports. So when you install in your machine, okay, so once we install OBIEE software, you will get one file in all programs. Okay, so this is a Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise. So this is an administration tool. So here in this architecture, so this architecture is divided into OBIEE architecture divided into two types. One is WebLogic domain and Oracle BI in 10G version. Okay, so when it comes to the OBIEE history, okay, so the first reporting tool invented by enquiries. Okay, so enquiry systems, then enquiry system, CBEL acquires enquiry system, then CBEL, Oracle acquired CBEL in the year of 2005. So 2007 Oracle released 10G version. Okay, so 2009 it's popular with the 10.1.3.2 version. Okay, so 10G version. So here in the 10G version there is no WebLogic concept. There is no WebLogic concept. In 11G Oracle introduced WebLogic concept. So here in this architecture you are seeing, right? So WSL domain and OBIEE Oracle BI system components. So Oracle BI system components are majorly for OBIEE components. So each and every server OBIEE application have five different servers. 5 different servers. All together it will work as a single application. So this entire application that will be existed in WebLogic server. Okay, so WebLogic server is in the WebLogic server all the Java components. Okay, Java jar files will contains. I will show you in the WebLogic domain and as well as OBIEE components also. As of now, remember in the OBIEE divided into two types, WebLogic domain and Oracle BI system components. So majorly if you see in this diagram, BA server, okay, so BA server is one server. This server purpose is different. Presentation server, this server is different. These are all independent server, but these all independent servers are working connecting each other as a one application. So BA presentation server, BA Java host, BA cluster control, BA scheduler. Okay, each and every server, the purpose of the server is different, but and each server have their own configurations. Okay, so all together there is no single file. All together different configurations are there. If it comes to the BA server, the purpose of the BA server is importing metadata. So first question is, what is the metadata? Metadata is nothing but data about the data. It's a structure of the table. Okay, the structure of the table is nothing but table name, the columns and data types, whether it's a primary key, foreign key, alias table. So all this called as a metadata. Okay, so the BA server will supports for import, connecting to the database, Okay, so connecting to the database, importing metadata into this server. Okay, so this server I am opening here. Okay, so this is called as BI server or BI administration tool. Okay, so this is this tool we will call it as a RPD. Okay, repository, rapid file directory or repository. It will store only metadata. There is no import, there is no storage location in OBIEE. There is no data storage location. Just it will import metadata into the physical layer. Say if you see here OLAP, you can connect directly OLTP. Okay, so XML files, there are different sources are there. Here I am showing as OLAP. Here there are some views are there. These are all the tables. If you see here some of the tables. Okay, so these are all the tables. So just we will import the metadata from the source or warehouse into this physical layer. This RPD divided into 3 layers. One is physical layer, second one is BMM layer, third one is presentation layer. Here BMM layer is the heart of the administration tool or BA server. Okay, so the use of the presentation server presentation layer is to import metadata and will give the join conditions. Okay, if you see here, these are the some of the tables, alias tables. Okay, so these are all the physical tables. If you expand these physical tables, see these are all the columns. Okay, physical columns. These are all the physical columns. Okay, so on top of physical columns we will create the alias tables. So we will we'll give the join conditions here. We'll prepare the data model in this physical layer. Okay, so physical layer, all are physically existed in the database. The schema, okay, ORCL or any database, this is a database name. ORCL is default when you are installed database. The database name default is ORCL. So here the database is existed physically and the tables are existed is physically. Okay, so then only we will import metadata into this physical layer. Once we import metadata into the physical layer, we will create the join conditions. Okay, based upon the requirement, we will bring those tables, those physical tables into BMM layer. If we expand BMM layer, we can create n number of business models based upon the, say for example, sales department is, sales related information, we will create one data model. Supply chain, we will create one data model. Manufacturing, we will create one data model. The related tables we will bring from physical layer to BMM layer. Okay, so BMM layer, one of the data model. So this is a one data model. This is a sample application data model. Okay, if you see the joint conditions, for example, if you want to see the joint conditions for this table, right click here, physical diagram, objects and direct. Okay, so these are all the joint conditions. It's a simple drag and drop. There is no coding, simply drag and drop. So, but you have to follow the restrictions, some standards. So here the joint condition between the two tables. Okay, so this is a dimension table, this is a fact table. Okay, so here the fact abbreviated with F, here dimension abbreviated with D. Okay, so by looking the data, we have to identify whether this is a fact table, whether this is a dimension table. So I will give the information about how to identify the fact table, how to identify the dimension table. But remember, here in this physical layer, we will give all the physical joints. Okay, so there is no logical joints. Physically, the joint should be existed. See here, if you go to click on one of the arrow mark, this is a physical join. Physically, we are joining. If you select this one, the automatically here it will move. Quarter, it will move. Just we are joining week width to day width. It's a wrong join because here the data type of the column is integer. If you find the data type of the column is date, See, if you click on this one, a comparison is being carried out between the non-compatible types because the data type is not matching between these two columns. Then it won't join because the data type should be matched. Here, if you go to the date field, click on OK. So it's automatically joined. So we have to define the join conditions. Then once we implemented physical layer, if it comes to the BMM layer, so if you want to see, yep.
I'm sorry, I have a quick question. So the joins, right? Now, I'm sorry, I don't have much knowledge about how these tables work. So say for example, if I connect customer ID to product ID, will that join work since those both are IDs?
No, it won't work. So that's what I'm saying, based upon the business requirements. For example, customer ID, product ID should not join those. Customer ID should join with only customer ID.
Okay, so then in all the tables, we have to find the common key or common column and connect.
So that's what I said. We have to identify the join conditions based upon the dimensions and facts. We have to get that info, that knowledge. Then it is very easy to identify because now here there are 15 to 20 tables are there. If you go to the projects, n number of tables, 100 tables, you have to find out 100 table join conditions. Okay, so it is not an easy one. Based upon the, if you know the knowledge how which is that descriptive field, which is the joining field, and which is the fact table, which is the dimension table, then only you are able to give the join conditions in the reporting side. Okay, so if you are a data modeler, RPD data modeler, okay, so this is called as RPD repository. You are a data modeler. How we will identify without knowing the facts and dimensions and the keys? You have to know that facts and dimension keys, that those topics will cover in the data warehousing concepts. Those are data warehousing concepts. Okay, that is a basic knowledge of a reporting tool. Okay, so we'll discuss that one. Now here, physical joins. If you comes to the logical, this is called also logical layer. BMM layer and logical layer, both are same. Okay, so logically we are joining two tables. What is the logical? What is the physical? Physical is nothing but the columns are existed between the join should be existed. Logically, the joins are not required. The cardinality is required. See here, if you go to the BMM business model diagram, selected tables and direct joins. Okay, if you click on this one, there is no expression here. There is no join condition. The join condition is inner join condition, left outer and right outer and full outer. Okay, so here inner join is equi-join. Okay, so equi-join condition. Left outer join is nothing but it will match the records from the both tables and the remaining records from the left table. Here right outer join. Okay, so right outer join, it will match the records from the both tables, then remaining records, unmatched records from the right table, right outer join. So full outer join, so it will fetch the matching records, then remaining records from both tables, unmatched records. So this, based upon the requirement, will give the cardinality, or we will specify the join type here. This is called as logical join. That's what, here there is no expression. See, expression is blank. If you go to the physical join, if you click on this one, see here there is no driving table, there is no join type, there is no cardinality, all are disabled. Okay, so here the only enable is expression, because this is a physical, we are joining physically. Okay, so that is called as physical join condition. So there are three types of join conditions. One is physical join, second one is logical join, third one is complex join. So in the complex join, we can join both logical join and physical join. So we have to create complex join. So there is a different way for creating the complex join. So we discussed that one, but as of now, this is a BMM layer. Once we completed in the the use of the BMM layer is, if you want to multiply quantity into amount, so you have to go for new column. So here we'll create the new columns. Okay, so these are all the new columns only. So we can apply the expression, or we can go for the aggregations here. Or if you see, if you go to the column properties, here there is one expression is there. Okay, see here, this is a formula for this column. Like this, we will create the new columns in the BMM layer, and also hierarchies. What is the hierarchy? If you want to drill down the hierarchy from year level to month, quarter level to month level to day level. So we have to create a hierarchies. It's a slicing and dicing. What is the slicing? What is the dicing? We can see data in different ways. Okay, either we can see the data in month wise, in a single report, month wise data, year wise data, quarter wise data. Okay, so whatever the data is there in the database, so different ways we will see based upon the hierarchies. Okay, so product hierarchy, customer hierarchy, location hierarchy, time hierarchy, or day hierarchy. So these are all common hierarchies for every project, not only this example. In this RPD, every project, if you go time, because based upon the time we will create the reports, we have to go for time hierarchy. Then location, they will see location wise data, so location wise hierarchy. Product wise, so if it is in sales, they will see product wise. If you go to the finance related projects, they will see account wise. Okay, so account wise, how many transactions, how many debits and credits. If you go to the HR, okay, so HR is manager wise or departments wise. Okay, based upon that we will see the data slice and dice. So here presentation layer, just it will show the subject areas. Based upon the subject area, we will create different subject areas. This is one subject area, this is one subject area. The use of the presentation is for showing these subject areas in the front end side. Okay, for creating the reports. This is all about the RPD. So there is a lot many topics are there. Just I am showing high level. Okay, so once you build the RPD, you have to deploy this RPD into the server. Once you deploy this server, go for the reporting tool. Go for creating the reporting reports. So how to create reports? So by using this presentation, so that is the use of BA server, preparing the data model in this RPD. Okay, rapid file directory. This tool, this server will support this tool. If the server is down, we cannot open this application, this tool, administration tool. If you go to the presentation server, so presentation server is used to creating the reports, front end side application, creating the reports, dashboards, prompts, filters. Okay, so this is the use of presentation server. I will show you. If you go to the Java host, innerly all the application, for example, if you are downloading PDF format, one report you want to download into the PDF format, then the backend side, the PDF format code existed in the Java application. So if you want to trigger that Java code by using the Java host, we will trigger that PDF code, then we'll export report into PDF format or Excel format or CSV format. So that is the use of Java host, or innerly each and every application, BA server application, presentation server, cluster, and BA scheduler. These are all built based upon the Java application. So it will support Java host. Java host will take care of all these application, Java applications. Cluster is mainly used for communicating the one server to other server. For example, if you created report, that report query, okay, so that report will create a query based upon the presentation layer. the presentation layer will move it to the BMM layer. Okay, based upon the BMM layer, OBIEE creates a query. So BMM layer will move, will pass the query to physical layer. On top of physical layer, on actual tables, we will server will create one physical query. Okay, so by using that query, again it will fetch the data from database to physical layer, then BMM layer, then presentation to till report. So that is the use of cluster. So we have to communicate one server to other server. So that is the use of cluster. Okay, so here BA scheduler. For example, if you want to send the report, you have created one report. If you want to send that report to user email addresses. Okay, if you want to schedule that report on daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, automatically BA scheduler will take care of that. Okay, BA scheduler will take care of that, and every day the trigger will fire and the report will send to the user email addresses. That is the use of BA scheduler. So these are all, these 5 components are OPMN components, Oracle Process Manager and Notification Server. Okay, so these are all about the OBIEE server. These OBIEE services are existed in WebLogic domain. So I will show you in the front end side, reporting side. If you go to this one, so this is a URL for login into the analytics for reporting side. If you click on OK, so even if you install in your machine, you will get this browser based upon your system name. Okay, system name and port number, analytics. So this is the syntax of the login URL. So once you are logged in, then this is a home page of application. If you want to see that, if you want to create your reports, for example, first to create the reports, go to new analysis, whatever the subject areas, see whatever the subject areas existed in presentation layer, those subject areas are available here. See sample sales, etc. Okay, so those are available here. If you click on one of the subject area, so you will go to reporting side.
I have a question over here.
Yep.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, so my question is, we are using RPD, but if you go to this analytics, we can directly connect to our Oracle database, right?
Not connecting any database. By using BA Publisher, we will connect to database directly. Okay.
Okay.
There are 2. By using BA Publisher, you are telling about the BA Publisher. So here analytics.
Okay, so my question is the analytics and server one, that is BI Publisher, not OBIEE?
It's not OBIEE. BA Publisher is, I mean, those 2 contents in one application. Okay, OBIEE application, but those are 2 different reporting tools in OBIEE itself. Okay. So if you go to here, this is OBIEE. These 3 OBIEE. If you go to here, publishing reporting, these are published. I mean BA Publisher.
Okay.
Okay. So now if you click on this analysis, if you click on dashboards, now you will get this subject area. Now if you want to create a report, select a column or year wise and year wise metric. Okay, so number of days, this is not one. Okay, these are metrics. Okay, facts. If you go to the base facts, then revenue, billed quantity. Billed quantity only will generate the revenue. So click on results, you will get the, I mean, this is called as creating the reports in the front end side, application side. Once you create the report, save this report and put those reports into the dashboard. So as per the requirement only, we have to create the reports. And also it will support the head of reports. You can create a number of reports. See here, 2011 revenue.
So if we create a report with BI.
Sorry?
Hello?
Yeah, can you repeat again?
If we create a report with BI Publisher, if we create a report with BI Publisher in this analytics, So still that report I need to show on the dashboard and give the parameters over there?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Okay. So if you go to the, once you created the report, you can save this report and put in the dashboard. Once you create a dashboard, so these are all the dashboards. Okay, some of the dashboards. If you click on one of the dashboard, so finally you have to show the reports to the users in this dashboards only. Okay, so these are the reports you have to create, and will give only dashboard permissions to the users. They won't have any access to, that is a security implementation. There is no access for new, and only dashboards. When user is login, then user able to see only dashboards. That is only read only. There is no write permissions to the users. So this dashboard contains the pages, top N history. These are all the pages. Each page contain different reports. Okay, based upon, see, if you select office, so automatically the data will be refreshed based upon the office. Okay, now it's refreshing. Okay. Okay, see here, based upon the D office. Now you got here D office instead of P product. Because of variables, we will pass these metrics onto the reports. Okay, if you select any target, this is the quantity wise. If you want to see the revenue wise, select revenue. Okay, so this is the revenue wise. So this is called a slice and dice. You can see in different ways. Okay, this is a reporting tool. Finally, you have to show the reports to the users once we put all the reports into the dashboard. Okay, so you can schedule. For example, this is alert mail. So alert is nothing but if you schedule a report at particular time, you will get this alert mail. Okay, see here. So delivery time is every day 6, 5, 10, 59 AM. Okay, so how many occurrences? So 1628 occurrences are there. Okay, because 1628 users, we have to schedule this agent every day. Okay, so this is all about the front-end application reporting tool. If you go to the other administration like WebLogic administration, see, this is all about the front end. Okay, if you go to the WSL domain, there are two URLs are there. Okay, so in this WSL domain, WebLogic domain, one is administration, second one is console. Okay, one is console, second one is enterprise manager. Okay, so this enterprise manager, basically this enterprise manager, if you want to deploy RPD, for example, this is a RPD you are developed. If you want to deploy this RPD into the server, so that is called as deployment process. So by using this enterprise manager, we will deploy into the server. So for example, if you want to implement the security, we have to create groups. For example, sales group is there, manufacturing group is there, and supply chain group is there, finance group is there. So each and every group, if you want to provide the security, we have to create groups in the enterprise manager. See, all the services are up and running. Even it is used for monitoring the services. See, application deployments, these are all the applications. So if you see in this diagram, these are all applications. Okay, so BA action services, BA security, BA plugin, BA office. Basically, BA office is a third party application. We are integrated Microsoft Office into the OBIEE for extracting, for exporting data into Excel sheets. For example, see, if you go to here, dashboard, Okay, see, if you want to export here, PDF format, Excel format, PowerPoint, then data in CSV format, XML format. So these are all Microsoft components, right? So we have to integrate in WebLogic server, then only it will work. So that is the use of Enterprise Manager. We can monitor, see how many services are there in WebLogic Intelligence. I mean OBIEE services, 5 services are there. You will find all 5 services in Business Intelligence. If you go to the WebLogic domain, so WebLogic console is used for creating the users. Okay, so creating the application users and creating the, if you are developed a custom Java code, so this is advanced topic. Okay, so just I am giving what is the use of this console: creating the reports, creating the users, creating the groups, creating the application roles, and assigning the application roles to users, all the security part. For example, you are created users in dev server. Okay, if you want to move those servers to the QA, then migration. So no need to create again. So 100 users are there. No need to create 100 users in QA instance. Just to migrate 100, export users from console and import the same users into the even application roles also. As it is, security will import into QA server. So that is the use of this WebLogic domain. And also if you want to deploy new application, new Java application, then you can deploy. So that is the deployments. Okay, by using this deployments option, you can deploy new. If you click on this one, you will see the deployments. See here, click on lock and edit. See install, you can select, you will get installation here. Okay, so if you want to install new one, then you can install. So that is the use of this WebLogic console. So this is all about the structure of OBIEE. So any questions? So OBIEE is nothing but.
So if the user is in EBS.
EBS.
Yeah.
Directly,
so if the user is in EBS.
Right. So there is a process for integrating EBS users with OBIEE application, that is LDAP server.
Okay.
Okay, the same application, the same policies will apply BI also.
So we don't need to create a user in BI in that case?
No need to create.
Okay. So who will do that part, like the DBA or what? Sorry?
OBIEE administrator. There are 2 roles are there. One is developer role, second one is administrator role. Administrator role is creating the, installing the application, migrations, security implementation. Okay, so accessing authentication and authorization for the application, then maintenance activities, all these deployments, applying the patches. Applying the patches are nothing but 7.0 version is the latest version. If you want to go for 8.0, 9.0 version, then you have to go for patches. We cannot go for new installation. Applying patches, those will take care of administrator. Developer role is creating the repositories and importing metadata, here join conditions and creating the reports. Okay, so those will take care of developer role.
Okay. And dashboards also, developer create the dashboards, right?
Except administrator roles, all are comes to developer role only.
Okay.
Creating the dashboard, front and side, both together. So application side, this application side. Okay. So creating the dashboards, creating the reports, creating the links and prompts, filters, creating the different views. Okay. See, this is a pie chart. This is a graphical bar chart. This is a table view. If you see trends, okay. So now if you go to the index average, so there are some other views are there. So gauges. So many views are there. So pivot view. This is one more view. This is called a, this is one more view. This is one more view. This is a line view. Okay, only lines, there is no bars. Here, this is a bubble diagram. Okay, this coloring. Okay, everything should be done by developer only. Implementing security at the database, at the data level and object level. For example, if you want to implement example for one particular table is there. Okay, so that table don't want to give permissions to the other group. You have to implement object level security. When it comes to the data level security, for example, you are America, so I'm from India, so I want to see only India data, so I want to restrict a data level security. For you, only US level data security. So that is called as data level security. So administrator won't do this activity. This is done by developer only. This is the developer role. Okay. So in this class, we will cover data warehousing concepts, then installations and configurations. Then we'll start with how to build the RPD, how to create the reports, how to schedule the agents, how to deployments. Okay, so deployment process, how to create the users in the WebLogic console, how to implement data level security, how to integrate third-party applications, then how to deploy new components. For example, write back. For example, this is against for warehousing concept. For example, if you want to update a record by using application tool, by using reporting tool. For example, if you are entering values here in the report, so that report will take those values and update in the backend database, not only RPD, backend database. So this is against for warehousing process. But so this is a scenario. This scenario is only existed in OBIEE. It's an extra feature for OBIEE that is called as write back. We are writing data back to the database, updating the data. Okay, so that needs to be integrated with OBIEE. So we will go for that concept also. So hands-on experience, every day I will give the tasks. Okay, so please work on that task, then only you will get some understanding about the reporting tool. So many options are there. Easily you will forget. One topic is not related to other topic because all are independent. All together we will go for the reporting side. Okay, how to create hierarchies. There is a lot of processes there. So see here, if you click on this one, it's showing as a single table. If you expand this one, you will see so many levels are there. How to create these levels? How we will identify which column is existed in this which level? What are all this measure? This is a measure value. Why we are using this measure value at this particular level? So this is it looks like simple. Okay, GUI always looks like simple, but if you are going to real time, it is very difficult without practice. Okay, so variable concept is there. There are two types of variables are there, RPD variables and here presentation variables. We can hold that data in the variable. So this is all about the OBIEE application. So any questions?
Just a quick question. If I create the report in BI Publisher, so still do I need the RPD or not?
Obviously, Dhanit.
Yeah, RPD is required. Okay. So RPD is required. There are two ways. Direct to database request. You can prepare the data model on database table, direct to database tables, and you can create a report based upon the RPD. So both are required for BI Publisher. So even if it comes to the OBIEE side, so there are two types are there. One is direct to data. For example, if you go to here, so by using this analysis, from the RPD you will create the reports. So if you go to if you click on this analysis, you will get subject areas. Okay. Now see here, create direct database request. You can use direct SQL. You can create the report. There are two ways.
Okay. Because for me, I directly connected to the database from this.
I know that, because if you go to here, see here, data model. By using this data model, you are connecting directly to the database. You are importing direct tables from the database, right?
Yeah.
So you are doing the other way. So this is a BA publisher. That's what I'm saying. This is a BA publisher.
Okay.
So you can directly create new data.
Yeah. That's how I do.
SQL query. You can use the different LDAP queries or Excel files. If you click on SQL query, you will get SQL data. I mean, this is the databases, sample BL. Okay. So based upon this data, you can prepare the query.
Okay.
So based upon that query, you are creating the reports.